Hey guys, how's it going? So, sitting here with my Seneca Dragonfly MK2 in 177. I bought this recently and really enjoying it. Very impressed with this little rifle. I've done some things to it, and I have other things that I'm gonna do. So I'm not done with it yet. But you can see it's looking a little different than a bone stock one. But anyway, that's not what the video is about. I just wanted to do a video to show you guys how to adjust the triggers in these rifles. Now, before I buy anything, I watch a lot of videos and I try to absorb as much information as I can. And a recurring theme in the videos was that the triggers are not adjustable on this rifle, but they are in fact adjustable. And that's what we're going to do today. So I can understand why folks would maybe think that it's not, because when you look up inside the trigger guard here, there's no screws or anything that you can see. So, but it does require removing this part of the stock and knocking out a pin and pulling the trigger out itself. And I'll show you guys how to do that. So it's really pretty simple. And once you get it set where you want, you're good to go. So let's get into it. All right, guys. So we got the rifle laying out here. Here's some of the tools that you're going to need. So a small hammer or something to hit the pin with, small punch, or again, something else, something small, a little tiny screwdriver or something. You're going to have to knock a pin out. 4mm Allen, 3mm, and 1.5mm. So start with here, we're going to flip this guy up. And right here, we have a 3mm Allen. Go ahead and get it taken out, or loosened anyway. And here in the trigger guard, we have a 4. Loosened up. If that guy just comes right up out of there. And we're going to flip it over and you see this whole thing's wanting to come apart. Pull your pump arm out. Then that whole thing slides off. Just like that. Nothing to it. Close that back up. Now, try to make it as clear as I can. So we have our trigger. There's a pin right here that we're going to remove. We're going to take that pin out. And if I remember right, the pins go in a certain way from one particular side. I do believe, yeah. So on this one, you're going to flip it over to this side. I just use a roll of electrical tape a lot of times, guys, when it's just something light like this. And take my punch, my little hammer, like that. Don't lose your pen. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it, but the one end is like serrated or knurled, and that matches that other side, so it helps it lock into place. I got my little magnetic tray over there. I'm going to throw it in that. Okay. Now we're going to kind of push it down on this and slide it forward. You can see it's coming out no problem. Just like that, guys. The trigger's out. Now, right here, there is a screw that goes in that. It is an M3 3mm screw from the factory. I replaced it with an M3 4mm screw. I tried to adjust the factory one out enough, and I just couldn't get the trigger where I wanted it. So what I've done here is installed that screw, and I've got I have a kit here, you guys, and I'll link a kit down in the description on Amazon. It's like $8, and you get a whole bunch of metric grub screws. So it's a nice, just handy to have around, and it comes with a lot of different sizes. So like I said, I'll put a link down there for that if you want to grab it. And it screws in from this side, so actually the head of the screw is what is engaging this sear right here, you guys. So as the farther out that screw is, the farther up this sear is, which affects the engagement on the hammer itself. So and that's really all there is to it, you guys. Now I've got mine. I'm not going to take it out. I've only got it in there a few turns. And what this is kind of the pain in the butt part is you'll have to put it in and put it back in, put the pin in, test it. You don't have to put the stock back on, but test it, see what you think, and just adjust it until you get it where you want it. Then count the number of turns to take it back out. Put a little dollop of blue Loctite on it and turn it back in that amount and put it back together. Let her sit for a while, and it makes a huge difference, guys. Like, it takes it from that kind of long, crunchy to a pretty nice trigger. And I also polished trigger parts on this stuff too. All the contact points have all been polished, so that helps a lot too. That's pretty much it, guys. And it's just reverse. You're going to kind of have to, you might have to, because that's sticking out farther, you may have to push in on this sear like that. Get it lined back up. Can be a little interesting. Where you at? Oop. I pulled it clear out like that. Get her pin out. And then I also lubricate all those trigger parts with moly paste. Like that. And I just try to kind of hold this on here. Give it a few taps. It's in there. She's good to go. Pull that out, you guys. You can see how light that is now. There's no first stage at all. I mean, it's super light. And again, it can be adjusted if you don't want it that light. It doesn't have to be. The guns are really accurate. If you have them, I've had excellent luck with this thing. It's pretty impressive. So, and then the reverse, guys, we're just going to pull our cocking arm down. That slid back up in there. We can close that up. Set that down in. Tighten this stuff down. I get them started, each of them. And once they're both started, then I'll go ahead and snug them down. And you don't got to get crazy with these guys. It's a pump rifle. It's not a spring gun. You don't need to Loctite them. You don't need to super wrench them down. Guys, and that's it. And we've got a super, super nice trigger. Awesome. Well, I'm going to do a little trigger gauge test. I've got this one. I did a video about this thing a while back. And if it's a super light trigger, sometimes it just won't pick it up. So I had to do some editing out because I actually did it in that last segment, but I was reading it wrong. I kept talking about the wrong, not talking about it a lot, but the wrong weight. So again, I mean, it's super, super, super nice trigger. Really does lend to the accuracy of the gun. That one didn't even register. That one won't even register. So, like I said, this gauge is okay, but if it's super light like this one is, it's about an 8-ounce trigger. So a little over half a pound. So 8, 9, 10 ounces, somewhere in there. 10-ounce trigger. So that's pretty damn good. So there will be more to come on this rifle, guys. I really do enjoy this thing. Super accurate. I just think that they're great rifles and really do dig it. So anyway, I'm going to shut up now. We're going to go ahead and sign off here, guys. So I just wanted to, again, quickly just do a video to show you guys that there is a way to adjust this trigger and you can make it totally awesome. So thanks for stopping by. See you next time.